Theresa May has been strong and swift in dealing with the latest shock the Prime Minister did her country. Proud yesterday, she came out fighting at this flagrant act from Russia of a state-sponsored attack on British soil, because could there really be anyone, apart from the leader of the opposition, who is deluded enough not to think that the Kremlin and Mr. Putin are behind the poisoning? The Russian president actually laughed on camera when asked if he was involved. Since then he has done absolutely nothing to dispel the charges that he and his government ordered it. Mrs. May has played her hand very well. She hasn't put a foot wrong, and expelling 23 Russian diplomats is the only way to respond. It is tragically clear that the Cold War has started again, and this is not the time to show any weakness, quite the reverse. Theresa May reacted well under intense pressure. As we also report today, the Russian embassy has to all intents and purposes drawn up a hit list of enemies of the Russian state. It is absolutely outrageous that they should think to conduct themselves in such a way on British soil. Russia is going to turn itself into a pariah state if it continues to behave like this. And as for Mr. Corbyn, who still could not bring himself to condemn the attacks, he is totally out of tune with the way the nation is feeling. As so often, the leader of the opposition sided with Britain's enemies. He has brought shame upon himself, So one of the most brilliant minds of his generation has died. Professor Stephen Hawking might have operated in a field that the vast majority of us would have been unable to understand, but no one could have failed to be impressed by his sheer determination not to allow his disabilities to destroy his life. He was a living demonstration of the power of the mind, displaying energy and spirit that in the circumstances were quite extraordinary. We are told he will be remembered for 1,000 years. It is entirely possible that it will be even longer. Stephen Hawking lived an extraordinary life, defying his doctor's prognosis and leaving behind an astonishing legacy. He will be greatly missed. Geteth winter blues could be to blame for marital unhappiness. Can it really be true that 1.4 million Brits feel they married the wrong person? Surely not. Rather, we are emerging from the end of a long, freezing cold winter, and many of us are bound to feel grumpy when quizzed about it. Roll on spring and marital happiness once more.